you know. So anyway, but I got this electric skateboard back here. It's from a company called PN. It's a import from China. It's not really a top name brand board, but I mean, all little things have small beginnings. I mean, sorry, all big things have small beginnings, am I right? So, you know, they give you a survival guide with the helmet. The reason why I got this helmet is because of this skateboard right here, the PN. Allegedly 28 miles an hour. 28 miles an hour on this thing. And it's not a boosted board, it's just a regular company called PN. And you know, we spoke, and they're from China, and they decided to send me a board so I can review it in the tough streets of New York City, and to give them their feedback. And hopefully one of you might look at the video and say, hey, I like this PN. I think I might just f with him.
I know what you're probably saying to yourself right now. This guy looks so cool in his red suit jacket while riding his skateboard, and you are so correct. I sure do. So you're thinking about getting an electric skateboard but find it hard to drop over $1,000 or higher for some of the more popular electric longboards like Boosted or Evolve, to name a few. Luckily, there are inexpensive electric skateboards out there that you can choose from that are actually good. The PN H2B electric skateboard sports a dual belt driven motor for that extra boost. If torque and speed is top on your list, then this board might be for you. PN was kind enough to send me the H2B board so that I can test it out on the streets of New York City and give my honest thoughts and opinions on how the board rides. And plus, if you like what you see, maybe you can pick one up for yourself for the affordable price of $399 on PN's website. I'll leave a link in the description for you to find out more. So let's get the specs out of the way first. The PN H2B is a 37-inch electric longboard with dual belt driven motors and a semi-concave medium flex deck. The rider's maximum weight is 264 pounds or 120 kilograms. I was 197 pounds with all my gear on, and the board still had strong torque and speed on all 4 modes. The board has a Samsung 24-volt lithium battery that took me 2 hours to charge when the battery finally died. It has a power range of up to 14 miles or 24 kilometers on a single charge. It has a battery level indicator right next to the power button so that you know how much power you have left on the board. The board has automatic turn on when you push it forward on the ground. That saves you time from having to go under the board each time to power it on. I rode this board for 3 days straight before I had to put it on the charger for the first time. When the board's battery died, the board was kick pushable, but it was exhausting. It's not easy to kick push a board with belt motors. The board weighs about 14 pounds or 6 kilograms and can climb hills with a grade of up to 20%. The PN H2B has regen brakes that recharges the batteries while braking when going downhill. The H2B has 4 riding modes: Beginner, Eco, Pro, and Expert. Pro and Expert modes are way too fast for my taste, so I cruise on Eco mode most of the times. I don't have anything to prove out here in these streets. I'll save that kind of skating for Casey Neistat. If you're new to e-boards, you can run the risk of getting seriously hurt or injured if you're not comfortable with faster modes. I suggest staying on Beginner or Eco modes for now until you become more comfortable with the board. The skateboard was shipped directly from China and arrived at my front door in New York City just 8 days later, so thumbs up to PN for fast shipping. So far, the board only seems to come in the color blue from the other reviews that I watched, and having my board as well. I'm not too sure if PN sent me a sample board that only has blue grip tape and blue wheels, but if any of you decide to get this board and get a different color, please let me know. I would love to see what the other colors look like. I've taken this skateboard with me everywhere since I've received it in the mail. The nylon wheels feel really good on smooth, flat surfaces and can take the bumps and small cracks pretty well. The deck is not fully concave but has a small arch to it. The deck does have some good enough flex to it, although you can still feel some vibrations when you go over some rough asphalt. While going uphill, the board performed pretty well. I was able to climb uphill from a dead start on mode 1 and got up the hill with no drag, and mind you, I'm 197 pounds with all my gear on, and it still pushed me up the hill. The controller's interface with the skateboard was very responsive while throttling forward, but I noticed the braking was pretty sharp and sudden. The remote control also has reverse mode as well. I accidentally put the board on reverse a few times when I try to put it in my pocket, so make sure you check what mode you're in before you take off. Message to PN. I would recommend adjusting the brakes on the controller to give the rider a little more control so that they can come to a gradual stop. I can see why they made the braking sharp and responsive though. If you're going over 25 miles an hour on this board, you're going to need sharp brakes just in case. I compensated for the sharp braking by leaning back as I hit the brakes. It really helps you from flying off the board. I have to say I was a little disappointed that the board didn't come with a user manual or instruction paperwork at all. It would have been nice to have some quick start information with the board to get started. Out of the box, the PN H2B came with the remote control, a USB charger to charge the remote control, a skate tool for maintenance, and the power cable to charge the board. In the future, as PN grows their business, I would like to see them have a quick start user manual, possibly in PDF format, on their website so that we, the riders, can download it. If you had to ask me what my experience is so far, I've had a blast with it. I haven't had any real issues with the board yet. The battery lasts for days on a single charge. The remote control hasn't disconnected once. That's a good thing. In the future, I like to do a distance test to see how far this board can really go. I guess when the weather gets better. If you want to get some good carving out of this board, I suggest taking the skate tool and loosening up the trucks a little for better carving. Overall, my experience with this board is good. The board is easy to carry around and not too heavy. I even went to pick up my lunch on the board during my lunch breaks. I've been testing the PN H2B for close to 2 weeks now, so we'll see how this board holds up after a few months with it. If you ask me, I would definitely recommend this board. You will get your money's worth. PN is a fairly new startup company. Until now, I've never heard of them, but I say all big things have small beginnings. I see some really good potential in them. PN's customer service is very fast, and they stayed in touch with me throughout the entire shipping process. They sent me tracking information once it became available to them, so at least they're trying to build good customer service. Since PN is a fairly new company, they're still working on upgrading their websites. PN's website can be a little confusing with mixed information and some generic photos. I've got to be completely honest here. If I had to give PN some advice, I would say the first thing you should do is revamp your website and start from scratch and build it from the ground up. People will take you more serious when you do that. But don't judge PN based off of their website. They're pretty good guys over there. Until they fix their website, I've put together a page on my website with all the information that I've gathered speaking directly to PN and from what others are saying about this board on the internet. I've added photos and links to PN's official website just in case you wanted to pick up one of these boards yourself or at least find out some information. The link is in the description. If you're not interested in belt-driven motors, they also have hub motor boards for sale on their website as well. I give the PN H2B electric skateboard a 4 out of 5, only just because of their website not being up to date and the fact that the blue color on the skateboard gets dirty very fast. If you want to find out more about the PN H2B electric skateboard, check the description of this video below. I have a lot of respect for PN and hope to work with them more in the future. I'm going to keep riding this board and keep you guys up to date. Thank you for watching. My name is Michael Hurdle from the Michael Hurdle Production Studios. I'll catch you guys in the next video. And remember, go to michaelhurdle.com to find out more information, or if you want to find out more information directly about this board, go to michaelhurdle.com/PN and there'll be a link directly to PN's official website. Once again, my name is Michael Hurdle from the Michael Hurdle Production Studios.